My beloved child, I have waited long for this moment with you. I have watched the quiet questions of your heart, the hidden aches, the words you never spoke aloud but carried inside. I am here with you now, closer than the breath that moves through your body, nearer than the thoughts that rise and pass within your mind. Do not be afraid to hear my voice, for it is not harsh. It is not condemning. It comes like a gentle stream to wash over you, to soothe, to lift you, to remind you of the truth that has always lived inside you, even when you could not see it. I speak not to burden you, but to free you. I speak not to demand, but to invite you into a life more whole, more alive, more radiant with love than you have yet imagined. You have felt alone at times, haven't you? As though no one could truly see you, as though even those who love you could not step fully into the depth of what you carry. But I see you entirely. There is not one corner of your soul that is hidden from me, and there is not one part of you that I reject. Even in the places where you think only darkness dwells, I see a spark that cannot be extinguished, because I placed it there before you even drew your first breath. That spark is the echo of my life within you, and no failure, no wound, no rejection has the power to take it away. You may have felt broken, but you have never been beyond my reach. You may have stumbled, but you have never left my heart. Listen to me now, for I speak not with human limitation, but with the eternal love that called all things into being. You were made with intention. You are not an accident, not a random collision of chance, not an afterthought in a vast universe. You were chosen to be here, chosen to breathe this very breath, chosen to walk the path you walk. Even when you cannot make sense of the path, even when your steps seem to wander in confusion, I hold the whole of your journey in my hands. Nothing is wasted. Not your tears, not your laughter, not your waiting, not even your mistakes. I weave all of it together into something beautiful, though at times you cannot see the pattern yet. Trust that I am not finished with you. The story of your life is not over, and the chapters to come carry a light greater than what you have known before. I know that sometimes your heart trembles with fear. The world can feel heavy, the weight of responsibilities, the noise of voices pulling you in different directions. And deep inside, there is the fear of not being enough, of failing those you love, of failing yourself. But hear me, you are enough because I am with you. Your worth has never been measured by what you accomplish or how perfectly you perform. Your worth is rooted in love itself, the love that never began and will never end. I have loved you at your strongest, and I have loved you at your weakest. I have loved you when you walked in light, and I have loved you when you hid in shadows. Nothing you do can add to or subtract from that love, for it is unshakable. Let this truth settle into your heart like water into dry soil. Let it soften the hardness. Let it awaken life where you thought only barrenness remained. You may ask, why me? Why would you care so deeply for me when there are so many, when the world is so vast? My answer is simple, because you are mine. The same way a shepherd knows the sound of each sheep, the same way a mother knows the cry of her child, I know you. I do not see a crowd. I see you. I know the rhythm of your steps, the sound of your laughter, the shape of your dreams. I have counted every hair upon your head. Do you not see? You are irreplaceable. There has never been another like you, and there never will be. All of heaven rejoices in who you are, and the world is touched in ways unseen simply because you exist. There is more I want for you than survival, more than getting through the days with tired resignation. I long for you to live fully awake, to taste the richness of life, to feel joy rise within you like dawn breaking after a long night. I long for you to know peace that is not shaken by storms, a peace that rests not on circumstances but on the steady presence of my love. I long for you to walk in freedom, not chained by fear, not trapped by shame, not silenced by the voices that told you you were less than what I made you to be. You were born to shine with the light of my spirit, to carry hope into places where hope seems lost, to embody love in a world desperate for it. But I know this feels difficult. I know you look at yourself and see flaws, weakness, and wounds that seem too deep to heal. You wonder how such a life is possible for you. Let me tell you plainly, it is not about what you can do on your own. It is about what we can do together. When you open yourself to me, when you allow my presence to move in your heart, strength beyond your own begins to grow. Courage rises where fear once reigned. Healing begins where pain once defined you. You do not have to strive to become perfect. You do not have to force yourself to be more than you are. You only need to let me be with you, to let me love you as you are, and little by little, you will find that love changing you from within. Do not despise your journey. Do not look back at your past with only regret. Do not look forward with only dread. Each step, even the ones that seemed wasted, have brought you here, to this very moment, to this very breath, to this encounter with my voice. And I tell you, this moment is holy. This moment carries within it the seed of transformation. You need not wait for some far-off day to begin living anew. Right here, right now, I extend my hand to you. Take it. Walk with me. Trust that you are not alone, and you will never be alone again. My dear one, lean in close and listen. I am not far from you, though sometimes you feel as if I am hidden. I am nearer than your own heartbeat, nearer than the thoughts that pass through your mind. Every time you pause in the quiet, I am already there, waiting for you to notice me. You do not need to strive or beg for my attention. I have never looked away from you. Even in the moments when you felt abandoned, when pain pressed so heavily on your chest that you could barely breathe, I was holding you. I carried you when you thought you could not take another step. You did not always see it, but you were never forsaken. I know how heavy the burden feels at times. I see the way your spirit tires from questions that do not seem to find answers. Yet I tell you this, nothing you have endured has been wasted. Every tear, every ache, every long night has been gathered into my hands, and I will use them to bring forth a beauty you cannot yet imagine. Do not fear the unknown ahead. I walk with you, and in my presence you will find rest, hope, and new strength for each day. My beloved child, you have carried so much for so long. I see the way you have held yourself together when you felt like crumbling, the way you have pressed forward when everything within you wanted to stop. You have been so strong, yet I know that sometimes the strength you show on the outside is not what you feel inside. Behind the smile, behind the words you give to others, there are wounds that remain tender. There are nights when silence feels louder than any voice, and in that silence, questions echo. Am I truly seen? Do I truly matter? Will this pain ever end? Listen to me, and hear my answer clearly. You are seen. You are known. You are loved beyond measure. Every question of your heart has already found its answer in my love, and every ache you carry rests in the compassion of my gaze. I do not turn away from your brokenness. I do not shrink back from your doubts, or your anger, or your fears. I welcome them because they are part of you, and you are mine. Do not think you must come to me polished or perfect, as though I could only accept the version of you that has everything together. No, my child, I embrace you as you are. Come to me weary, and I will give you rest. Come to me burdened, and I will lift the weight. Come to me broken, and I will begin to make you whole. My love does not demand that you fix yourself first. My love enters into the very place of your weakness, and from there it begins its quiet, steady work of renewal. You wonder how change is possible, how your heart could ever be healed, how peace could ever return when so much within you feels restless. But my way is not the way of the world. My way is not the striving of human effort, not the endless cycle of trying harder, failing, and falling into shame. My way is love. My way is gentleness. My way is patience that never runs out. When you open your heart to me, even just a little, my presence begins to flow like light into a dark room. The darkness does not resist the light. The shadows cannot overcome it. And slowly, sometimes without you even realizing it, the heavy chains of fear begin to fall. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not think that the little changes you cannot even see are meaningless. For just as a seed buried beneath the earth begins to grow unseen, so my life within you is already taking root. You may feel only weakness, but within that weakness, my strength is being revealed. You may see only scars, but within those scars, my healing is at work. Trust the process of love. Trust that I am not finished with you. You have tried to carry so much on your own, and it has exhausted you. Lay it down now. Lay down the burdens of guilt, the burdens of trying to prove your worth, the burdens of carrying everyone else's expectations. You were never created to carry those alone. I am here to shoulder them with you. I am here to walk beside you in the journey. You do not have to do this by yourself. You do not have to be strong enough for everything. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. My presence is enough. Think of the times you have felt joy, the moments that seem to lift you out of yourself. A laugh shared with someone you love, a sunrise breaking across the sky, the stillness of a night filled with stars. In those moments, your soul touched eternity. That is my gift to you, to remind you that you were made for more than the struggle, more than the fear. You were made for joy, for freedom, for love overflowing. And though sorrow comes, though pain still touches your days, it will not have the final word. My joy will rise again in you. My peace will steady you. My love will never leave you. I know there are things in your past that you wish you could change. Regrets that whisper to you, mistakes that replay in your mind like shadows that refuse to fade. But my beloved, hear me. I do not look at you through the lens of your failures. I look at you through the lens of love. I see not only what you have done, but who you were created to be. I see beyond your mistakes to the beauty that still lives in you. I see beyond your wounds to the healing that is yet to come. And I tell you, there is nothing in your past that can separate you from my love. Nothing you have done has canceled the promise of your future. Forgive yourself as I forgive you. Release the chains that bind you to what cannot be undone. What matters now is not the path behind you, but the steps you take with me today. And today I say to you, walk free. Walk unburdened. Walk as one who is beloved, cherished, redeemed. The world will tell you that your worth is measured by what you achieve, by how much you own, by how others see you. But my voice speaks differently. Your worth is not earned, it is given. It is eternal. It does not rise or fall with success or failure. You are priceless because you are mine, and nothing can change that. When you understand this, you will no longer live striving to prove yourself. You will live resting in love, and from that place, true strength will flow. When storms rise around you, when the noise of the world grows loud, when fear whispers that you are alone, remember my promise. I will never leave you. Even if you cannot feel me, I am there. Even if you cannot see the way ahead, I walk beside you. Even if the night feels endless, my light is already breaking through. Do not give up. Do not let despair take hold. Hold on to me, and I will lead you into morning. I have placed within you gifts you have not yet discovered. There are seeds of kindness, of wisdom, of courage, of creativity that I long to see bloom. Do not compare yourself to others, for your path is not theirs. What I have placed in you is unique, and the world needs it. Do not bear your gifts in fear or doubt. Trust that what I have planted in you will grow, and as you walk with me, I will show you how to bring those gifts to life. Beloved, I want you to know joy, not fleeting happiness that depends on circumstances, but deep joy that flows even in sorrow, a joy that nothing can steal. I want you to know peace, not the fragile peace of everything going right, but the unshakable peace of knowing you are held in love no matter what comes. I want you to know freedom, not the shallow freedom of doing whatever you please, but the true freedom of living unchained by fear, shame, or lies. And above all, I want you to know love not just as an idea, but as a reality that fills your heart, shapes your days, and flows out from you to others. For love is who I am, and love is what you were made for. When you love, you reflect me. When you forgive, you embody my heart. When you choose compassion over judgment, kindness over anger, generosity over selfishness, you shine with the light of heaven itself. This is the life I call you into. Not a life without pain, but a life where pain is never the end. Not a life without struggle, but a life where struggle becomes a doorway into deeper strength. Not a life without loss, but a life where loss becomes a place for my comfort and my promise of renewal. You were made for this life. You were made to walk with me, to rise with me, to shine with me. So come now. Lay aside the burdens that have weighed you down. Lay aside the voices that told you you were not enough. Lay aside the fear that has held you back. Step into the truth of who you are, beloved, chosen, held. Step into the light that has always been waiting for you. I am here. I am with you. I am for you. And I will never let you go. My beloved, let your heart be still with me now. Too often you feel pulled in 1,000 directions, your mind racing, your spirit weary from trying to hold everything together. But in my presence, you are safe to release it all. You are safe to breathe deeply and know that nothing depends on your strength alone. Every burden, every concern, every silent cry you carry, I already know them. You do not need to explain yourself to me, for I understand before the words even form on your lips. You need only to rest and allow me to carry what you cannot. Do you remember the times when you felt peace for no reason at all, when suddenly a stillness settled in your heart even though nothing around you had changed? That was me whispering to you. That was my hand calming the storm within, my presence reminding you that you are never abandoned. I am not only the God of distant heavens, I am the companion of your everyday steps. I walk with you in the quiet moments when no one else sees. I am in the laughter you share, the tears you release, the ordinary moments that seem too small to matter. Nothing in your life is too small for me to care about. Every detail matters because you matter. I know how often you doubt yourself, how often you compare your journey to others and feel as though you fall short. But let me tell you this, I never compare you to another. I never measure you against anyone else. I look at you with the eyes of love, and I see only who you are meant to be. I see the unique beauty of your soul, the one-of-a-kind light that shines through you. No one else can take your place in this world. No one else can offer what you have been given to offer. Do not diminish yourself. Do not believe the lies that say you are less than enough. In my eyes, you are a treasure beyond value. There are days when your heart feels heavy with the weight of questions. What is my purpose? Why am I here? What do I have to give? Hear me, child, you are here to love and to be loved. That is the beginning and the end of your purpose. Everything else flows from that place. When you receive my love, when you allow it to sink deep into the soil of your being, you will naturally overflow into the lives of others. You do not have to force it. You do not have to craft some grand plan. Love will lead you. Love will shape your steps. Love will make your life radiant in ways you cannot plan or predict. There is so much fear in the world, fear that divides, fear that isolates, fear that hardens hearts. But love is stronger. Love heals, love builds bridges, love opens doors where walls once stood. You were created to be a vessel of that love. Sometimes it will be through small acts, a gentle word, a listening ear, a smile that reminds someone they are not alone. Sometimes it will be through greater acts of courage, standing for truth when it is not easy, offering forgiveness when it is costly. Every act of love, no matter how small, ripples outward with eternal significance. Do not underestimate the power of what flows through you when you live from love. I know you carry wounds not only from your own choices, but from the choices of others. People have hurt you, sometimes knowingly, sometimes without realizing. Words spoken carelessly, promises broken, moments when you longed for understanding and found only silence. These have left marks on your heart. I do not ignore these wounds. I do not dismiss your pain. I sit with you in it, and I weep with you. My love is not distant from your suffering. It enters into it. And slowly, with gentleness, I begin to heal. Healing does not erase what has happened, but it transforms the meaning of it. What once felt like only pain begins to carry the seeds of compassion, strength, and wisdom. In time, you will see that even the deepest wounds can become places where my light shines through. Do not fear the process of healing. It takes time, and it often feels uncertain. But trust me, every step you take toward wholeness is guided by my hand. When you feel like you are moving too slowly, I remind you that I am patient. When you feel like you are failing, I remind you that there is no failure in love, only growth, only becoming. Allow yourself to be tender. Allow yourself to be human. You are not asked to be unbreakable. You are asked to be real. And in your realness, my love meets you fully. There are also dreams you carry in your heart. Some you have spoken aloud, some you have kept hidden. Dreams of what could be, longings for a life more full, more alive. Some of these dreams you have buried, believing they are too impossible, too far beyond reach. But I placed those desires within you for a reason. Not every dream will unfold in the way you expect, but none of them are wasted. They are glimpses of the greater life I call you to. Trust me with them. Surrender them into my hands, and I will shape them into something even more beautiful than you imagined. Do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of letting go of what no longer gives life. Transformation always feels uncertain, but it is the doorway to freedom. When you cling to what is familiar out of fear, you close yourself to what is waiting to be born. But when you trust me enough to release what is heavy, I will give you something lighter, truer, more aligned with the person you are becoming. I am always leading you toward life, not away from it. Trust that where I guide, there is purpose. I long for you to see yourself the way I see you. You look at your reflection and notice flaws, but I look at you and see radiance. You focus on your weaknesses, but I see resilience. You dwell on what you think you lack, but I see abundance within you. If only you could glimpse yourself through my eyes, even for a moment, you would be overwhelmed by the beauty of your soul. You are not defined by scars, by failures, by fears. You are defined by love, my love, unending, unchanging, eternal. When you feel weary of this world, when the noise and chaos feel too much, remember that this is not the end of the story. The life you live now is only a beginning, a doorway into something greater. There is a home prepared for you where sorrow will be no more, where every tear will be wiped away, where joy will never fade. But even now, before that day comes, you can taste that eternal life in my presence. Each moment you open to me, eternity touches time. Each moment of love, of peace, of beauty, is a glimpse of the forever I have promised you. So live with courage, live with hope, live knowing that every step you take matters, that your presence in this world is a gift. Do not hide your light. Do not silence your voice. Do not believe the lie that you are insignificant. The world is changed, even if only in small ways, because you are here. And though you may never see the full impact of your life, trust that every act of love leaves a mark that will endure beyond time. Beloved, I want you to remember this above all. You are never alone. In your laughter, I am with you. In your tears, I am with you. In your doubts, I am with you. In your fears, I am with you. There is no place you can go where my love will not follow, no depth too deep, no height too high. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Hold this truth close, and let it steady you when everything else feels uncertain. Come walk with me now, step by step. Do not rush ahead in worry, do not lag behind in regret. Stay with me in this moment. This breath, this heartbeat. This is where you will find me, always here, always present, always loving you. And as you walk, you will see little by little, day by day, that my love is enough. Enough to heal, enough to guide, enough to carry you into the fullness of life you were created for. My precious child, how often I have whispered to your heart, and how often those whispers have been drowned out by the noise of this world. Yet I never grow weary of speaking to you. I never stop reaching for you. My love is patient, waiting through the seasons of silence, waiting through the moments when you are distracted or afraid. Even when you turn away, I remain here, longing for you to remember that you are not alone. You may feel at times that you must search for me in the distance, but you need not look far. I am closer than you dare to believe. Every breath you take is held in my care. Every step you take is seen by me. I know there are days when you question whether you are strong enough to face what lies ahead. But let me tell you this. Strength is not found in never trembling. True strength is found in trusting me when you feel weakest. It is found in leaning into my presence when your own efforts fail. You do not have to hold the world upon your shoulders. You do not have to know all the answers. You only have to take the next step with me. One step, one heartbeat, one breath at a time. That is enough. So many times you measure yourself against impossible standards, believing that if you were only more disciplined, more capable, more fearless, then you would finally be worthy. But my child, hear me, worthiness is not earned. It is given. From the very beginning, before you took your first breath, you were already worthy because you were mine. Nothing can add to that, nothing can diminish it. You are not loved for what you accomplish. You are not cherished for what you produce. You are loved simply because you are, because I created you out of love, because you are a reflection of my heart. Rest in this truth. Let it sink into the deepest places of your soul. You do not have to strive for my approval, you already have it. You do not have to chase after my attention, I have never taken my eyes off you. You do not have to earn my affection, it flows freely, endlessly, without condition. When you grasp this, the striving will cease. You will find rest, the kind of rest your soul has longed for but has not yet known. Yes, the world will still bring challenges. You will still encounter valleys, storms, and trials that test you. But even there, my love is unshaken. Do not think that suffering means I have turned away. No, my beloved, suffering is not a sign of absence. It is the very place where my presence becomes most real. When you walk through fire, I am beside you, and the flames will not consume you. When you pass through waters, I am with you, and the flood will not sweep you away. Hold to this promise. You will never be abandoned. I see the questions that stir in you about the future. You wonder what lies ahead, whether the path before you will lead to joy or disappointment, whether you will have the courage to face what comes. You long for certainty, for a clear picture of all that is to come. But if I gave you every answer now, you would miss the beauty of trust. Faith is not about knowing every detail, it is about walking hand in hand with me even when you cannot see. Trust is the soil in which love grows. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you make room for my miracles. Do not be afraid of what is unknown. You are not walking into the future alone, you are walking into a future that I have already prepared. I go before you, I walk beside you, and I come behind you. Every path you take is known to me, and no step you make will fall outside of my care. What may look uncertain to you is never uncertain to me. Your story is already held within my love, and the ending is good. You may feel at times that the world is too broken, too dark, too heavy for light to break through. And yet, my beloved, you were born for such a time as this. You carry within you a light that is not of this world, a flame that darkness cannot overcome. Do not underestimate what I can do through you. Even the smallest spark shines brightly in the night. A gentle word, a quiet act of kindness, a moment of listening, these are not small things in my eyes. They carry eternal weight. They ripple outward, touching lives you may never know, bearing fruit you may never see in your lifetime. When you love, you are doing my work. When you forgive, you are bringing heaven to earth. When you show compassion, you are reflecting my heart. This is your calling, not a complicated list of tasks, not an unreachable standard, but simply to live as a vessel of love. And when you feel you cannot love, when anger, fear, or hurt feel too strong, bring them to me. I will give you the strength to forgive, the courage to show mercy, the grace to keep your heart tender. I also know there are parts of your story you would rather hide, the parts you feel ashamed of, the choices you wish you could undo. But my child, those are the very places where my love shines brightest. My grace is not for the perfect, it is for the real, for the broken, for those who know they need it. I am not repelled by your failures. I am drawn to them, so that I might heal, redeem, and transform them into something beautiful. Where you see only ruin, I see the foundation of something new. Where you see weakness, I see the opportunity for my strength to be revealed. Let go of the shame that clings to you. It is not your burden to carry. Shame tells you that you are defined by your mistakes, but I tell you that you are defined by my love. Shame tells you that you are not enough, but I tell you that you are more than enough because you are mine. Shame whispers that your past disqualifies you, but I tell you that nothing can disqualify what I have chosen. Walk free of those chains. Lift your head. You are not condemned. You are beloved. Type Amen to unlock your miracle and share this divine word to bless others.